What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I actually had a whole different video planned for you guys for today, but I'm going to postpone that video for tomorrow. It's basically talking about the two-boxing drama that's going on behind the scenes and my, overall feelings and, impressions on what's happening within the Call of Duty community and where Activision is putting their priorities. But Treyarch actually put out a little bit of a surprise update a lot quicker than I expected. And let me tell you guys something, this is a massive update. I don't care what anybody says. I already know in the comment section people are going to call me shills and they're going to say, oh, his opinions are all over the place, he can't come up with a solid opinion for the life of him. First he hates the game and he loves the game. Oh my god. For anybody who's been watching me for a while now, you guys know I criticize these games very equally. I cover the good, I cover the bad, and let me tell you guys something, Treyarch did a whole lot of good within this update. Let's just dive right on in, guys. I'm not going to go ahead and waste any of your time, besides for saying that I am going to be hosting open private matches today on XDefiant. So if you guys are interested for the stream, I will be live streaming today over on Twitch, hosting those private matches. So if you're interested, you want to play with us, tune on in. But other than that, like I said, let's get into the actual topic here, because it's a lot of stuff to discuss. First and foremost, we have taken a comprehensive pass on weapon motion and applied reductions across the board to improve the combat experience, depending on the class and weapon. Our targets for these reductions range from 30% to 75%. Players will notice far more stability while turning, moving, changing stances, and firing, especially while ADS. We're committed to continually improving Black Ops 6 gunplay with a focus on balanced and rewarding gameplay while maintaining the unique characteristics of each weapon. Starting off here, weapon motion. Reduced visual recoil on all weapons, especially full auto weapons. Reduced turn sway on all weapons, especially on higher magnification optics. Reduced gun kick on higher magnification optic on all weapons except for sniper rifles. Reduced default idle sway on all weapons except sniper rifles. Further reduced idle sway while firing on all weapons except sniper rifles. Reduced weapon motion, bob, translation, and additional idle sway penalties as a result of walking or changing stances in ADS, and removed additional layers of hipfire deviation, which caused crosshair to bounce while firing. Also moving on here, aiming idle sway delay is a mechanic that scales a weapon's idle sway when first entering ADS, so the initial point of aim matches the crosshair positioning. These values are now improved and consistent across all weapon classes. Sniper rifles, which previously only scaled initial idle sway by 50%, now provide a complete reduction. As always, we will be keeping a close eye on sniper balance after this change. And as you can see, aiming idle sway delay on all weapons is now 2.2 seconds. Aiming idle sway delay on sniper rifles now fully remove idle sway rather than reducing by 50%, and target laser now improves aiming idle sway delay to 2.9 seconds on all weapons. Guys, let me just go ahead and show you guys exactly what this did to all the guns in the game. Just look at this, a little bit of an example here by Treyarch. We are eating, ladies and gentlemen. This makes me so happy because the developers behind the scenes claimed that they don't like this. They want, more bobbing. They want the guns to actually have a little bit of a, bounce to them. But the community begged for them to change this. We all said this. I think every single person out there said that this just doesn't fit in COD. COD, at the end of the day, is an arcade-style game. We don't need this many realistic factors in the game because it messes with the fun gunplay, especially in a title like Black Ops 6, where I've said many times before, the gunplay and movement are clean. They're very clean, but it's weird because we have a really fast-paced COD that's paired up with stupid realistic visuals, not visuals, but, mechanics like, aim bobbing and all that garbage. It just never settled well with any of us, honestly, besides, I guess, the developers. But they dropped the ego. This was something that I've been really waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to see if Treyarch was going to hold on to their ego and stick to their vision, or if they were going to listen to the community. And ladies and gentlemen, they listened to the community. This change is absolutely awesome for pretty much anybody who enjoys the Black Ops 6 experience. And ladies and gentlemen, that's not it. They also went ahead and messed with the headshot multipliers. Yes, thank goodness. I am so thankful for this because I think that's what really causes a lot of the inconsistencies with this game in particular. But as you can see right here, weapons. Headshot damage has been a big source of discussion in the community, and we're making adjustments that will increase the effectiveness of headshots on full auto primary weapons. Our philosophy on hit location modifiers in Black Ops 6 has been to limit sources of inconsistency, especially when players are engaging in so many forms of movement. That said, we understand that players have muscle memory and expectations built around headshots, and we want our gunplay to support that. In most cases, weapons will require one one fewer headshot at all ranges to improve time to kill. The major exception is SMGs in the max damage range, as we are wary of letting these time to kills get too fast. To compensate, we are increasing SMG ranges to help them keep that consistent edge at short ranges. The CHF barrel attachment has also been adjusted on all updated weapons to maintain a step up on the new default values. We expect this change to greatly impact the weapon meta, especially in conjunction with our weapon motion changes. We'll be monitoring closely as the new meta settles to make sure individual weapon and weapon class variety continues to be strong in Black Ops 6. And of course, I'm going to showcase all the weapon changes for you guys. I'm not going to like deep dive into it because I gotta be real, I don't like how they handle the patch notes with, the weapons now. I definitely preferred before when they would just list all the, the weapon names and let us know the changes. Now it's like all this whole detailed page of showcasing what the weapon looks like and, all the values and stuff. It's not bad, but it just takes up so much space. And it's really hard to stuff it all into one video, so I'm not going to really discuss it because it's not really anything too crazy. Basically, what they did here is they made sure that the weapons are balanced around the increase to the headshot multiplier. So basically, they changed some stuff with the ARs, and they changed some stuff with the SMGs, and they also buffed the heck out of the Model L. So ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't try out the Model L before, you need to try it now. It was already one of my favorite rifles in the game, but my god, that thing is a demon machine now. Same thing with the AS Val. But guys, after all of these changes combined together, when it comes to, how the bobbing effects and all the visual clutter, on top of that with the, the headshot multiplier actually tracking, the gunplay in this game is so unbelievably crispy right now. Again, I know people are going to say, oh, he's shilling out. I don't care. I keep it 100% with you guys every step of the way. And this game already felt smooth enough to me before, but after these changes, it almost feels like this is how it should have been since day one. Between the movement and the gunfights that you have within this game, with how the weapons are handling now, it just feels like it was, a match made in heaven. Seriously, the biggest thing that turns me away from this is obviously the cheaters and the skill-based matchmaking. But if I'm going to critique this game based off of the gameplay, not based off of other factors, but the gameplay itself, it is smooth. Now, again, I don't know which one I would prefer, this or Modern Warfare 3 2023, but I can't lie to you guys, it feels nice. They also went ahead and added a little bit more into the patch notes. As you can see right here, Hacienda adjusted spawn logic, which is huge because as you guys saw before in my review of Hacienda, you could literally stand in their spawn and have people spawn into your scope. It wasn't too hot, and then the face-off, limits got increased. 10v10 mosh pit limits got increased, which is huge for me. As you guys know, I'm a huge 10v10 fan because it helps a little bit with the skill-based matchmaking. 6v6 is way too thick, but 10v10, usually you can find some pretty casual vibes. But I'm just very thankful for this because the TDM and kill confirm limits were way too low in 10v10, so they went ahead and fixed that up, so it's a little bit more fun. And as you guys can, see all the other changes. Regardless, let's be honest here. Let's be real. The rest of the update is cool, and they do have some other changes. I highly suggest going ahead and checking out the patch notes for yourselves. But the big juicy boy, the big deal is the weapon changes. That is what is so huge about this current update. The whole game has changed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not lying to you guys when I say that. The whole game has changed. If you have been playing Black Ops 6 since day one and you have learned your muscle memory and you have learned your guns, you're going to hop on and be like, this is different. You're going to be like, wow, this is a completely different experience. Now, I don't know if you will like it or hate it, but regardless, it is a huge change. Like, for example, the AK is one of my favorite guns in the game, but I can't deny it. When you're spraying and you're trying to hit people across the map, there's so much visual clutter that it makes it nearly impossible. I mean, I even see people put red dots on the AK because of how bad it looks. And I'm not a red dot type of guy for AKs. I love the iron sights of an AK, but for some reason, again, the bob, the weaving of the scope every single time you crouch or jump, or the visual clutter every time you shoot the gun was just horrible. It's so clean now. Every engagement that I have feels good and legit because a lot of the time, a lot of that visual clutter messed with the gunfights and made them feel unfair. But every gunfight I get into, I actually feel basically at an advantage because I know it's more of a legit one-on-one and not who is going to have the least amount of, weapon sway or dust kicking up into their face that, they can't see through, That's usually what it boils down to, but now it's a whole different experience. It's all about accuracy. And as a mouse player, I feel like this personally doesn't affect the controller players as much because when you master the AA, you can kind of work around it. But on a mouse, there's nothing you could do. When the scope is bobbing left and right, you can't handle that. You know what I'm saying? It's not much you can actually do to control such a thing on a mouse. So now that it actually is clear and I can see and I can engage, let me tell you guys something. Mouse and keyboard players, you are in for a treat. It is phenomenal for us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. As always, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Like I said earlier, I'm going to have another video for you guys. It's already done right now, so if the commentary sounds a little off, just know that it's pre-recorded, basically. But I had to push it back because Treyarch dropped this surprise update, and it was a big one. If it was going to be a tiny one, I was debating on skipping it and just moving on, but it's no way you could skip this update. It changes a lot about this game, and it had to be discussed. But as always, if you enjoyed his video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch. Of course, if you guys want to tune in, I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.